Morning, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic today. This is Tuesday, February 7th. Getting ready to have some volatility from the NFP. Just a reminder, everything we're about to do here is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds, and we're strictly just here to demo and paper trade and just work through education. All right, without further ado, let's jump right in. You guys should be able to see my screens now after getting through the disclaimer. And then we'll start pushing through. We got the releases in about 3.5, 4 minutes. And I'll be here to help guide you just using our True Algo system, what we have active, what we don't have, and what we'll be watching as it pops. And then we'll be going into the opening bell as well. I'm going to really quick just make sure everybody's on our Discord is available and they know that we're on YouTube right now. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away as we are here to help. But just give me 1 second. I'm tagging everybody in all of our channels just to make sure that they know that we are live. Okay, cool. And then any questions you guys have, just feel free to ask. Let me set up one more thing on YouTube just to make sure I'm able to respond to you guys versus having to respond through our streaming thing. 1 second. I'm almost there. And I hope you guys are doing well today. The last NFP, we were live with you guys. I don't remember it being as aggressive as it can be a lot of times. So hopefully this time we get a lot of volatility into the markets. I'll be looking forward to it. Give me 1 second. Turn my speaker off. There we go. All right. We are good to go. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Jeff. Morning, John, Cove, Ali. Right now, leading into this NFP, we have active shorts on US 30. And then just so you guys understand, and current members, I know you know already, this is the average move using our system. So even though NFP hasn't released just yet, and it's going to be very volatile, we already have an activation on US 30 on the right side of your screen. And the goal is to get to this full average, which is 105, which is right here. So let me actually correct this. The stats are getting a little bit better. So you might have an update here soon. But as of right now, it's still 105. So we've already traveled 57 ticks of the average move. So that means it's at 50%. Plus we know there's a major volatility is just about to pop, everybody. So it's a good habit now to take your stop as we teach our members, and you shift your stop to break even. That way, just so you can protect your position. But there's a high opportunity that price can either get down, get to our average win right here. Again, you can see this is part of the indicator. It tells you how far moves are going in your favor. And then we'll see if the volatility takes us out. But either way, we'll be able to navigate once the candle is done. So either way, we are in an active short. So either this will take us out at break even or it'll continue to run. So we're looking for NFP to be bearish. Right now on the ES, it is also confirmed bearish. But the problem is the NQ, which is the center of your guys' screen, it hasn't confirmed yet. You guys can see we haven't hit either box. So we can't open an active short yet. So we have to remain neutral on those two. So nothing for the ES. But if you're a US 30 person, your short's already going well. The DXY for the US dollar was confirmed bearish earlier and now neutral in our box in the weekly system. So there's nothing new to be opened for this release. And then the euro is actually confirmed bullish. So that helps the fact that we were confirmed bearish earlier on the DXY. And so you could be looking for a move that could push the euro up, but not anything as of yet. Gold and silver. Silver is bearish. Gold is neutral. So you can't enter into anything for gold and silver. We have to wait. And then crypto folks, Bitcoin is saying bullish. Ethereum is saying bearish. Therefore, you can't do anything. I'm just really quickly telling you the rules of our system, so you have to wait. And the Russell futures, folks, it is neutral, so you have to wait on that one as well. Cool. NFP is just about to release. We'll see what happens to this move. And then True Algo members that have been with us for a while, just note that everything is going to move in the same direction, opposite of DXY. So wherever DXY goes here, the index futures will go opposite. There's the NFP release. Green, so now it's tagged that break-even point. And then everyone keep watching here, because now that we've hit this box, this is going to be an opportunity where if retail traders think that NFP is bullish, we hit this box, close bearish, and then that happens like you're seeing live. Does that make sense? So all those people will get destroyed pretty quick because you can't long our box above, and then they're just going to get punished. So and this would be activated new shorts here. But you guys see that, like how one of the best parts of our system is like just not making bad decisions. And so this candle might end neutral, as in like it will stay exactly where the candle opened. But I just feel bad if people were to jump in, they see that immediate green by the markets moving, they long our box, and then you get destroyed because you don't know the box is there. And like that, we push down. NQ, folks, we just cleared our target. This target has an 88% chance to be cleared today, or 83, and now that has been cleared. You can see US 30, that aggressive move pushed up, where it hit the entrance area, hit our box, cleared our scalp target, and then also did run the full average move, depending on wherever your stop was. But this move is now done over here, guys. You have to still remain looking for it to get to the next box, but we'll monitor this over the next 14 minutes because we stay on our time frame. One of the biggest issues many of you all have in markets is that you change this up here. So you can't do anything. So you have to just sit here and remain neutral, okay? But if you start changing your time frame in hopes to get a play active on your other systems or whatever you're using, it's usually a big pitfall. I'm just telling those of you guys that are not members of our group. All of our members know what time frame to be on. And True Algo members, I hope that helped you. Most of all, just none of our members would have went long into the box. So kudos to you guys. DXY found support down here at our day system as soon as the index futures found support at the other opposite side. And again, now you can see DXY is pushing up, which is why you're seeing the index futures push down as expected from our box. And remember, the ES is confirmed bearish. We're just waiting for the US 30 to, not sorry, US 30, the NQ to also confirm bearish. Silver is still, like I told you guys, confirmed bearish over here, middle of your screen. We're just waiting for gold to close below this box. We had a short on gold earlier right there, but right now we're waiting to close below. And we're starting to clear out targets now. US 30 is going even better now, everybody. I'll show you. It's almost to the box down there. And then crypto, folks, Ethereum is still confirmed bearish. You can see the box it's rejecting. And now Bitcoin doing a really good job. It's gotten to our box above and it's rejecting. So there could be a nice short opportunity here. Tether is already saying to go long. So now we're starting to get some more agreement. And so 30 minutes before New York opens, Bitcoin is down here, then it can offer an opportunity to push down. But right now, you just have to wait. You have to be patient. We can't force till it closes. I'll talk about stocks in 12 minutes based off of where they're at, and I'll let you know. Most of them were neutral just a second ago. I mean, they're all still neutral. Even Tesla is still neutral, and that's the one on the left side of your screen. So we'll talk about them once we update. The Russell True Algo members, you guys see it. Again, continues to be one of the best performers. And for any of you guys that are not members, you'll see this on a couple of our screens, or I guess my screen, not everybody else. You see these little dots running across, and then this has this little D next to it. It says cleared now. And so just to show you guys what those are our True Algo beacons and scalp targets. And so this one says D because it's the daily printed. That means it just printed today. And you'll see in a second, this is going to show up here with statistics. Everything that we do is based off of statistics because hope is not a strategy. You can't hope that something's going to work. And that's usually the mistake most people make, is like they're just making all their decisions in markets based off of feelings. And so apparently I didn't hit the right button. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit show price. Apologies. It shows statistics. So just wait 1 second. You'll see it'll load up. And then from there, it tells you like what the percentage chance today is you're going to clip that. And so whenever those are on the chart, you're always looking to get to a box and then clear them afterwards. And it still hasn't loaded. I apologize, TradingView. There it goes. Yeah, so like this one right here had an 85% chance to be hit today. And that's why it gets cleared. So if you want intraday things that will help you, and even on the weekly too, those things always appear on our chart. That's the same thing that the NQ right here clipped out, guys. That's that one I told you earlier that has an 85 to 88% chance. And so now, for those of you that are not a member, you're going to get a little bored. And I apologize, but markets are supposed to be boring. You're not supposed to see someone opening a trade every minute on the 30-second chart, 1-minute chart, 2-minute chart, and then watching price immediately go to their win over and over and over again, because what you all forget is that's exactly what happens with your losses. And you lose over and over again, second after second. And then just remember the statistics. If 95% of people lose, are you going to be a part of that 5% that doesn't? So right now we just chill, and we have to wait 10 minutes for the index futures to close. If the indexes stay where they're at right now, everybody, all of our members know that this will be a new active short on the ES. We have to have this candle on the NQ close red. If the center of your screen, if this thing does not close red, then we can't take shorts. It has to be a bearish candle close. So as long as it closes bearish, then we can look to take a short down to this next box and potentially start a really big bearish trend as well. Hey, Bart. Hope you're doing well, bud. And then US 30 still going. And so, yeah, you got to wait now. And so just feel free to be hanging out with me. DXY might get a really good opportunity to start trending bullish. That could also push the bearish trend across markets, everybody. If we can get a close up here, you can see the boxes are all doing their job. But I'm just being real with you about you can't open a new idea as right now, as we're watching. And then the euro cleared everything on a single candle. We had cleared an old daily target, cleared old daily targets, hit a 180. We call that a True Algo 180 because it went from box to box of the same system. And right now you have to remain neutral. If there's any other Forex pair you guys want to see, just let me know. And this is why all of you guys that are watching and that you're not a member, please note or rewind the tape. You'll hear me. I said you can't do anything on gold and silver because silver was confirmed bearish, but gold was not. We had to wait for the candle to close, and the candle doesn't close for 23 minutes. This is where sometimes our system is worth more than anything because it causes you not to make a mistake where you're going to blow your account. Look down here. Remember, just a second ago, guys, gold was down here. Look at it. These are the 1-minute charts. Never trade on the 1-minute chart, but just showing you how aggressive the candles are now moving off of our box. And so when you get back over here, where retail traders are going to take that bait and short the low now that they think everything's going to be bearish, gold just responds back up. And the reason why, if you guys will look down here on my screen, gold is a confluence asset. See at the very bottom. And so silver over here, which was already confirmed bearish, plays out, clears our targets with 85 to 88% hit rate today, hits our box, and finds a bullish reaction off of it. Now, we're not taking longs here. We're not going to pretend and act like we took a long off of that. You have to remain neutral. But at least you're not getting caught at these lows where people are going to blow their accounts. So you have to wait. I haven't said anything about oil because oil's neutral. You can't do anything on oil. And you're probably not going to have an opportunity to do anything on oil today. True Algo members, I just want to note to you, what have I been telling you the entire week since we started up here with the shorts? The only thing on oil we're trying to do right now is get all the way down to 68. Okay? I don't think we're going to get to 68 today on a Friday, but I am totally ready to come clear out all of these missed targets. On oil, we'd have to have a major bearish trend. I think it's going to happen next week, but I'll take it if we can get a bearish close down here. We haven't gotten a bearish close below this box yet. So, but just want to let you guys know that oil is going perfect so far throughout the week to get to the 68 level that we've been targeting. Another close here in 6 minutes. I'll update all index features and the stocks. If you have any questions, just let me know. And then Steven, I think I just answered your question, so we should be good. Russell almost did a 180 and missed the lower box by a tick. So True Algo members, just so you know, if the Russell closes this candle red in 6 minutes, because it did not clip the box, I mean, you can see it clearly missed it. And it is a measurable tick as well. We can double check. So right there. Yep. This would be a valid short on Russell on the next candle open. You just have to make sure, again, this candle closes red. So we'll be watching. The Nikkei, folks, I don't move active on the Nikkei during the New York session. There's too many other things that you can be on. But the Nikkei is still currently confirmed bullish off the system. But the Asia session, I mean, the Nikkei is probably one of your best assets to be on. And you can see there was a big bullish win off of our box with, and again, you have to have a bullish candle close above it after we got that and a big monster win. Stocks are all still neutral. Again, I'll update those here in 5 minutes, everybody. Bitcoin, remember I told you guys we're looking for shorts once it closes below. I want to show you what happens when you wait. Look, this is why, again, the system is so good. Retail traders, you guys operate on very small time frames. Now listen, we're all retail traders. Just want to be clear here. Unless you have 9 figures in your account and you're actually trading with 9 figures, you're a retail trader. There's not a single one of you or me that moves the markets. And if your mentor says he is, they're lying to you. Does that make sense? You can't move the markets. We're all retail traders. So the whole point is, like, remember I said Ethereum was already looking for reasons to short, but we can't short until Bitcoin closes below the box. And as you can see, as we were inching our way down, it's now pushed up. But there's no active position. If we had an active position, I would literally put it on the chart. And right now, there is none. So right now, all we're doing is waiting for this to close, and now we don't get caught at those lows. And then give me 1 second. I'm going to put Tether on the chart over here, True Algo members. We have total up right now. The totals look good from a bullish perspective. And then we're really close to actually losing this on Tether. That means Tether would be bearish. And then get over here and get a bullish confirmation for Bitcoin, and then to push up. We're all are close, crypto folks, to starting a bullish trend as well, because we're going to start trending. You'll see this green box up here is going to keep activating because ETH wants to trend as well. Forex extremely neutral. And now everything again, once again, is changed. Are you guys okay? Erase the position over here on US 30 after the average win. I'm going to move this off the screen, that way I don't confuse you. You guys see how now the current candle's green? It's not red anymore. So if this candle closes green, you can't do anything. That means you'll have to wait again. So if you're someone who overtrades, and I know I'm talking to probably every single one of you in here, you overtrade. You're always trying to figure out, is it supposed to go up? Is it supposed to go down? Every time you open a position, it turns red. You let it go a little bit against you. Then you flip directions thinking that you took the wrong way, and now it's going to correct itself, and you just keep getting destroyed. This system will help you where you lack patience. You ever heard mentors love to say patience pays, you know what I mean? But then they don't teach you a strategy where you actually just wait. And so because we have to wait for the candle to close, you have to actively wait. So we're going to chill here. We have 3 minutes before the close, but all of our True Algo members can tell you if this green candle doesn't close above this box, we can't even take a long. You might be like, well, can't you take a short? No. You can only take a short if a candle closes bearish. And then when that happens, it has to close bearish from a box below it. And right now, you have a green candle. Therefore, you can only look for longs. And you can only take a long if it closes above the box. Man, that's a lot of rules. Yes, rules are one of the reasons why most people lose. Because you guys change your time frames, you change your indicators, you flip between all the different concepts you've been taught, because they're not strategies, they're concepts. And so we stick to the same strategy. When we stick to our strategy, these stats can get employed. Again, 78% win rate, 22% chance you'll actually be stopped out on an idea, and we give you the actual amount on average that actually where those points happen. So that's why you saw that we never lost on the US 30 idea. We did clip the entrance area before going down to take profit, but that's why these stats matter. And there is a slightly lower win rate on US 30 because it is a solo asset. But nonetheless, you still saw what happened where it played out before going back up to this area here. Less than 1 minute, and I can update everything if you guys will stay with me. True Algo members will do the same. But as you guys can see, just like I can, if you're a member, there won't be anything to do on the index features because the candle's about to close green in a second. But we can update the stocks. So stay with me, and we'll talk about the stocks here in a second. You guys doing all right today? The only thing I don't like about YouTube is there's just a really long delay. It's like 8 to 10 seconds. So sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself when the chat actually is able to respond with the delay. I can check copper in just a second. Let me update this, Oliver, because copper doesn't close for 15 more minutes. There's the close. Okay, so just so you guys can see, and we don't change our strategy. And this is where most people are going to be like, how can I create a trade on this to make people see what we can do? This is the mistake everybody makes. And so right now, everyone here can clearly see the boxes are doing their job, and they're not random. You know what I mean? So right now, you had a candle that hit the box above, and it did close bullish, but do you see how we didn't close above? It has to close above the box. Therefore, you have to remain neutral. We are now neutral on this asset. The NQ, same story, neutral. You can see, hit a box above, didn't close above it, close the candle bullish, can't take longs. And then US 30, same exact story. It did give us that short win, which was, and by short, I mean it was a short. And yes, the time wasn't very long. It hit the average win, but now you're neutral because it didn't close bearish. See all three of these candles? In 15 minutes, if they all close red, that will be a new active short. And I'll be live here to see if they get activated. Okay? And so now, let me go over to stocks because stocks are now active. And then just stay with me. I'll either draw the letter N for neutral, or I'll put a positional thing on the tool so you don't have to remember what it is. And so like as of right now, Tesla, left side of your screen, is neutral. We haven't closed a bearish candle below. You can see it's starting to go below, and we haven't closed a bullish candle above. That is too close. So right now, Tesla is neutral. Apple is neutral. Microsoft is neutral. Nvidia is neutral, even though it hit a box, because this candle that's currently red, the green candle, didn't close above the box green. It closed below the box after hitting it green. You can't go long. So, True Algo members, if all of these big four are neutral, then the index futures are going to lean on the neutral side. You can't get into an idea or use these stocks to help propel you in that direction. Really quick, I'm going to check Amazon to see if Amazon is confirmed bearish, just because things are moving bearish. So just give me 1 second, it'll load. And then after that, I'll move through everything again. And right now, Amazon is neutral as well. So 5 out of the top 7 are all neutral. You can see we've had some closes up on the other side of the box. And then with these guys, the reason why I show the stocks is you can't do any options contracts till New York opens. And we're 45 minutes from New York open. So this is about waiting and just seeing if they're all closing on a certain direction to help give the index futures a push in a specific direction. And I'll do this live with you guys too. And as you see, True Algo members are reminding everybody, thank you. Russell is in a active short right now. Okay? And then you guys can see what we do live. Like, so this is the short on Russell. So right now, using the stats, the average win on Russell is a $9.20 move. That's 92 ticks. The average stop loss is 64 ticks, $6.40. That means on average, there's only a 31% chance you'll be stopped out of this position. But there's a 69% or 70% chance you'll win. So good catch, Raj. And then so now all we're doing, as soon as this thing hits 50% of the average win, which again is right around 46 ticks, take your stop, put it to break even, be mechanical, let the rest run. But good find, everybody. I know someone asked about copper. The shorts on copper, we can go check real quick. I typed the wrong letter. Everything we do is on the futures charts, okay? And I highly suggest those of you guys that are just using your CFDs and your broker specific, again, look at the stats and you will see a big issue when you use their stuff. Whoever was talking about copper earlier, the copper is very easy to play. True Algo member, what's the only thing you can be doing on copper? You guys notice how different copper, this center looks compared to everything else? You see the gigantic green box followed by another green box. So take a guess what's the only thing you should be looking for, even if you're not a member. And right here, I'll turn the dashboard back on. It's off. And so copper, the only thing you guys can be looking for is long positions because it's green. You can't be bearish. And I just broke the system. I apologize. Good old TradingView doing what it does best. Give me a second. It's going to have to load. I'll come back to it. We'll look at everything else. Right now, index futures still red off the box, but no shorts to be happening. I will come back over to copper once the boxes load. I just am right now breaking the system. I see them loading, so it'll just take a second. There we go. You guys see right here how the dashboard says trending green. The word is matching on both our daily system and weekly system. So it just means on copper, the only thing you can be looking for is longs. There's no shorts. And then even up here, this was a new activation for a long position. the average on copper. The average on copper is a 48 tick win. Again, a huge win on copper. And you guys see the wicks. Like, look, it immediately goes to our win. And from there, that's where the wicks are forming at the top, because that's where you're supposed to take profit. And then again, think about what I just said. This one has a 64% win rate. That means the average loss point right here only gets hit 36% of the time. And look, never touched it. And there you go. That was requested. I didn't play this one. I'm just showing you guys what it did in a live situation. I'm popping silver back up there. Russell putting a new low just a second ago, guys. Again, I'll show you on the 1 minute. Oh, sorry. I don't know why it rewound like that. There we go. See, 1 minute ago. Just put in that new low. We don't trade anything or ideas on the 1 minute from a demo and paper trading purpose only. Again, I'm just here to educate you guys. But I believe we just hit the 50% point on Russell. Yep. Remember, the average win is 92. So the average 50% point is 46 ticks. So already on the Russell, this is a good opportunity to put your stop to break even. If you're worried that it's going to stop you out before going to your full take profit, then stop the position now. Or once that happens and you get another bearish close, then get back in. There's no perfect way to do anything, guys. The mistake traders make is they think everything they're going to do is always going to be a win. And then when you lose, what do? You try to find a way why you lost and blame something versus, guys, trading is a numbers game. You are literally supposed to lose. Like, this thing is literally telling you if the win rate is 69%, you take 100 trades, you're going to lose 31 of them. Cool. So this is a much bigger taste of reality than what you get fed other places. 8 minutes from the next close, 8.5 minutes. Nothing new on index futures. Am I breathing all right? Oh, my whole family right now has the flu. It's not well. If I'm breathing weird in the mic, let me know, and I'll do my best to not do that. Thank you, Q, for answering, by the way. You are correct. Hey, Dave. Hope you're doing well, bud. I appreciate so many guys. You're getting so much better at our terminology that, like, I appreciate that, like, when these things get activated, you know what direction they're going. Again, just getting used to the system. We don't operate like other people. So kudos to you guys that are now using the terminology and doing things correctly. Sorry that there's nothing else activated across the rest of the board, everybody. We're just waiting for the next close here in 8 minutes. You can see silver, gold are still neutral. You guys look at gold, man. Like, remember, gold was down here. Said we could be looking for shorts opportunities once it closes. But we didn't get it because this candle still hasn't closed. So again, from a retail perspective, like, how many times are you going to get chopped up at these highs and lows? And remember, you guys are all using the XAU chart, and the broker's wicks are even worse. And then their spreads are even worse. So, like, you don't even get filled where these wicks are. You're getting filled up here on your longs and getting filled on your shorts down here. And then they just destroy you. So again, we have to wait for the candle to close. If it closes red below the box, that can be an opportunity. But this is a confluence asset. Silver also has to tell us to look for a short. And right now, silver is going to end neutral because it hit the box. Reminder, True Algo members, silver also hit the monthly open and finding support there at the moment. I think the Russell's pushing up a little bit. Yeah, Russell's almost back to the entrance area. Nothing new on anything else. Crypto's trying to do its best job of pushing up. ETH, folks, from what I showed earlier, you see how the green box is now activated. It wants to push up. Bitcoin's clearing its zone. Tether is closing or getting below. So we could get some really nice long opportunities here on crypto. We just need ETH to not confirm bearish. True Algo members, reminder, Ethereum at the moment, if this candle closes right now, it's neutral. So because it's stuck at a box, as long as it's not confirmed the opposite of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if we close right now, that's a bullish close above this box. We look for long opportunities. And yes, just like all of these major assets, we actually have the averages for that. So Bitcoin, this would be the average move. It's roughly about $1,654. And you might be like, why is the number that exact? It's because we operate off of stats, not on hopes that it will go somewhere. And it'll be supported here on Tether. 5 minutes now from the next close. Morning, Brad. Oh, yeah, Brad, I remember you from before. The only thing, Brad, like, I mean, I always say dumb things like the only thing or always again, and I don't mean to do that to you guys. The one of the things you'll get if you're here, Brad, and you can ask any of these people in chat, because guys, you can call me out if I'm a liar, if I BS you, then call it out. I won't be offended because I know I don't do that. But just for you, Brad, or anybody else, what you see right now is what we do every day. And I think one of the disservices a lot of you guys get, and a lot of the reason why you think everything is snake oil and everyone's trying to get you, is because everyone is selling you the same thing. They're selling you $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 mentorship to make a lot of money really quick, but they don't show you how to do it live. I do this every day with members from an educational standpoint, by the way. But every single New York session, I'm live with them, showing them how to operate on live candles, because you guys can backtest all day, every day. Every day you can backtest. But guess what? Why is it every time you forward test live, you can't do what you were taught? You can't handle the volatility, you can't handle the drawdown, and you can't handle the fact that you keep losing. And so if you decide to join us, guys, like whether you do or you don't, I'm still going to be doing this and helping members every single day in a live situation. And then you still have access to, like, we have a video learning platform, our Discord, we're always helping in there. But if you need help going live, man, I'll be here to help you. But you'll see really quickly, man, if your mentors can't do what they do they just can't call it live. And then here's probably the biggest thing, you guys, if you're not a member, write this down. It's one word. When you hear this, they can't do it live. That means everything is hindsight. When you hear someone say manipulation, they're targeting my stop loss. I'm live and I'm losing guys only because they can see my stop on this live session. They're watching me. They're going for it. Again, let me be clear here. There's not a single person you guys have ever seen and been trading with that can move the markets. They can't. So how in the world could they do that? It should make you laugh because you know it sounds crazy, but you listen to them. So when you hear them say that the markets are manipulated and they're targeting my stops, they can see my position, they're trying to make me lose on this live, yeah, that person can't trade live. So I hope that helps any of you guys who are not with us. And again, if you think I can't do this live, then ask the people in chat. They can call me out. I won't be offended. Ugh. And there's just so many of them out there, and that's why they usually think the same thing when they come here, and I get it, man. But your mentors are the same people that told you guys all to only risk 1% every time you trade. It's almost like there's a standard list of things you're supposed to read off to a person when you sell a mentorship or a course. And then when you start having tough days, go read this psychology book. And guess what? None of that stuff does anything. It just makes you feel good. Then you think you got markets understood. Then you win. You really feel like you fix your psychology. And then markets push up on this. And you go long, and then boom, your post-traumatic stress disorder kicks right in. And guess what they tell you when this happens, when you did everything right? The markets are manipulated. They just manipulated us on that trade. No, man, like you got to base your things off of stats, not off hope. Hope is not a strategy. So I'll stop my monologue now. I apologize. We are 2 minutes from the next close. And again, for those of you guys that are not a member, I'm going to bore you in a second. If the ES left side of your screen, this is those of you guys like on SPX 500, you can't do anything. You have to just wait, because you can't have a green candle hit a box above and close under it or in it. That's neutral. And it's really easy with the system. If you want to be bullish, you just have to have a bullish candle close above a box. And right here, you see that's not happening. If this thing closes red, everything changes, because now you'll have a bearish candle closing below the box, and it's a potential short opportunity. I'm just waiting to see where it closes. We're less than a minute. We might get it on. Nope, back to green. And you might be like, man, you're going to do it based off just like 1 or 2 ticks? Yeah, absolutely. You got to follow the stats and follow the rules. It'll be even better if it closes green and then absolutely drops, and you'll see me here watch it. I won't chase it. I have to follow the rules. It has to close red. US 30 is also going to remain neutral here in just a second. There's the close. So look, just so you know, like I don't change my strategy using the system with True Algo. You see how the candle closed green? You can't do anything. It's neutral. If it closed above the box, we could look for longs. But guess what we're going to do now? You are going to remain neutral. You can't get into an idea, and markets are going to chop people up here. Okay? So we're still neutral. True Algo members, one thing for you, you guys see that the NQ actually did confirm bearish. Hit a box above, and now we have a red candle. That's a bearish candle from a box above. Look for reasons to short, but reminder, this is a confluence asset. You can't take the short on the NQ because the ES didn't tell you to take a short yet. And then True Algo members, the reason why I'm saying that, you're like, wait a second, we had that hit earlier. Yes, but you've now hit this box above. So we're waiting for this next candle to close. If you guys want to short the NQ, True Algo members, just make sure you're using the stats to support your idea. And then US 30 is neutral. This might help the Russell push down stronger here. Let me check stocks. Stocks have a new close. Amazon on the right side of your screen is now looking for calls at New York Open. Again, obviously you can't open calls right now, but it is looking for calls. Tesla is a neutral. Apple is neutral. Microsoft is neutral. Again, the index futures, that means you're going to lean on the neutral side. Let me really quick check NVIDIA. I believe that this was just a bullish candle above the box on NVIDIA, which means it's looking, no, NVIDIA is still looking for puts. So Amazon's looking for calls, or was it puts just now? I apologize for forgetting. That's what we're looking for. So off of this box from a reload standpoint. So NVIDIA is bearish. Amazon is bullish. And then the other big three are neutral, which means they're not helping with the ideas for New York. So it's a bunch of hurry up and wait. So Apollo's saying, hey man, do I have to look at 3 different things for an idea? It depends on what asset. And then Apollo, look down here, and anybody else. You guys see this right here? You just have to see if there's a confluence asset. So and again, think about the mistakes that retail traders make. The ES and the NQ are confluence. You have to only have these two. So if you're an ES or NQ trader, Apollo, all you got to do is this, bud. That's all you need. And by the way, this looks great on a phone or a tablet or anything like that. That's all you need. Cool. And then from here, I'm going to put 3 up because when I'm live, I want to make sure I show US 30 for the members as well. On the right side of your screen, if you're just a US 30 trader, look, this is a solo asset. So that means your screen on US 30 can literally just be that. Things get a whole lot easier. So you only have to use multiple assets in a class if they are a confluence asset. Does that make sense, bud? Or anyone else watching? So if you're sitting here on Forex, you always have to have DXY. Always, always, always. You can see euro over here, confluence asset. Gold and silver, these are confluence assets. But what if you just want to trade oil? Oil is a solo asset. So you only have to worry about oil. You don't have to have anything else up. So if you're someone who, I know a lot of you guys are probably index futures folks, that's something you're going to have to get used to. Bitcoin is in an active reason to go up, and Tether is in an active reason to go down. So that supports the idea, everybody. And then Ethereum is neutral. So something to be aware of. Russell is starting to push down again for our idea. I'm going to take the Nikkei off. I'm going to put gasoline futures up. Just trying to see, because oil's stuck in a box, so we can't do anything. Gasoline, we're going to be releasing the stats if you trade gasoline here soon for True Algo. And so right now you can't do anything on gasoline either. It's stuck in a box. So that quickly you can look at an asset and be like, nope, can't do anything. Move on to the next one. Gold and silver pushing down once again. Index futures are just holding. You guys see how it's only been open for 4 minutes, but we're still in the same spot on the ES and NQ. That's why, again, we're just waiting for this next bearish confirmation. And we are 11 minutes from the next close. Again, those of you guys that aren't a member, this is going to be boring to you. And markets should feel boring. You probably have heard people say that, right? Like, the markets, when you're trading, you're not supposed to be emotional. So everything should be boring. Again, that's literally, it's in the Bible 101. Please read this to sell your mentorship to somebody. And so it's ironic that you're supposed to be bored, but you go on time frames that literally erase boredom. And so what you guys see right now is reality. I'm telling you exactly what our system says that the candles will do, and you got to wait. I just told you that, remember, look at the letter N, neutral. They're all neutral. And I told you the index futures will tend to remain neutral because the stocks are not doing anything. These are the ones that move it. These make up 30% of the stock market. Then you go back to index futures, and there's almost no movement. It's not a guessing game. This is just based off of stats, man. So we got to sit here and wait for 10 more minutes for these bad boys to close. If they close bearish, it's guaranteed to be a short opportunity. If it doesn't close bearish, we have to wait another 15 minutes. So you can set your alerts and then just come back later. I agree, Hassan. Again, people are always told that markets should be boring, but then they trade time frames that literally remove the possibility of being boring. And then what does it do? It just builds stress. What does stress do? You make bad decisions and you make bad habits in markets. And then you come here and we tell you, you got to wait, and then you're impatient. It's like, I thought you were taught you're supposed to wait. I'm confused. So, I mean, just like you're taught you're supposed to look for the best setup, right? We have one setup. You don't have to go searching for other ones. And that's why you'll see that I won't change my mindset of what price should do. I'm just waiting for the candle to close bearish underneath, and then I can look for short opportunities. Let me stay on the Russell over here. Russell's now back to the original entrance area on the idea, everybody. Can I show the UJ? Yeah, I can, bud. So the UJ right now, before I pop it up, DXY is trying to find support to flip our boxes bullish. True Algo stacked some boxes today. It just means that you're going to see some consolidation in this area, and we're seeing it. But right now, you should be looking for reasons that the UJ has been trying to find support to flip bullish. I'm just telling you that before I pop up the UJ. And then to see, is the system doing its job? And then obviously I'm not as much talking about like this large candle, but as you can see here, the UJ has been trending bearish. You can see this within the red box. And then True Algo members, and I think it was, which one of you asked me this yesterday? Where are you at? Where are you at? Alan? Alan, are you in here, bud? You literally just asked me this yesterday. I'm pretty sure he's in here. But he was asking again, like, we always tell you, or all of you guys, you can't pick and choose which box to use. You have to use all of them. The only time you can navigate between the daily system is when it's inside of the weekly trend system, which is this giant red box. And you guys can see like how we found support here, pushed up, flip, push down. But now the only thing on the UJ is like it wants to confirm bullish above our boxes, but it can't yet. And why can't it? Because look, DXY can't close above. In order for the UJ to be strong, you need the dollar to be strong because it starts with the USD. So this is going to be an opportunity where you can look for shorts on the UJ, but you need DXY to close all the way down here, everybody. You need DXY below 107.73. When that happens and it closes down there, that will cause a flood of bearishness on the UJ. So you can't do anything on there. The UCAD should look very similar, again, because it starts with USD. And if you're sitting here, you're like, man, I have to wait all that time for the UJ, then just check the UCAD. And then see it. Look, we just missed it. I apologize, but NFP on the UCAD is confirmed bearish as soon as the candle opened. And then there's the bearish win. And most of our Forex pairs, it's roughly right between a 31 and 36 pip win on average. Again, just in theory and in practice. I just covered Forex for 3 minutes. We come back to the index futures, and what do you see? The candle is literally at the opening of the candle. Again, people, you guys, you change time frames to try to force positions, and you're breaking rules. You're resetting your stats. You're resetting your strategy, and then the markets are going to punish you, man. Like, you got to sit here and wait for an active idea. And right now, we do not have one. And so we just chill. And then I come back, and you might think when I come back to the chart that all of a sudden like the NQ is going to be here or it's going to be way down here. But I'm telling you, you use these both. They remain neutral because we haven't had a confirmation from our system. It has to close bullish above or bearish below. We still haven't gotten that on the ES. And then just a reminder, when you pop up the stocks with our system, look at all the neutral, neutral, neutral. And so you can't do anything. And then that means the indexes aren't going to really push. So we got to sit here and wait. get another close here in 6 minutes for index futures and stocks. Joseph, I saw your message regarding my template. And for all of you guys, Otoro has the template already available. It's in the indicators update. As soon as I'm done with this stream, I'll repost my templates if you want to just use what I'm doing. That way you can your charts are set up the same if you want to do the same thing I'm doing on here. So I see your message, Joseph. I'll send it to you, bud. Five minutes from the next close. If we were to close right now, then we would have valid shorts on all three. US 30 doesn't care what the ES and NQ do, but it would be a new valid short. You can see it's rejecting from the box, and if it closes bearish below, valid short. And then the NQ already confirmed short 10 minutes ago. We're just waiting for the ES now to support the idea from already having its win and then pushing back up to turn neutral. And back to being boring. So unless you guys have questions, I'll sit here and chill. Bitcoin. And there's your already win on Bitcoin. So this is what I mean. Like, guys, you can call me out if it's BS. I don't feel stressed in markets with this system. You guys, I haven't moved anything. I haven't been looking at Bitcoin since we said about the long idea that was activated. Again, from a demo and paper trade purpose. We're here just to educate. But you guys can tell me if it's BS on a live situation. Everyone else shows you this stuff hindsight. Everyone else tells you you missed the move. You know what I mean? But you see live, I haven't moved anything. And so unofficial, whoever you are. And then I know Oliver, I remember you in our Discord the other day on the free side. This is the third time this week we've streamed live for non-members. But there's, you guys, you can call me out if it's a lie. And again, I told you the average move on Bitcoin is roughly right around a $1,654 win. And so right now on Bitcoin so far, we have traveled $790 in your favor. And so you're almost at the 50% point. So again, really good habit. Take your stop, move it to break even, because as soon as you travel 50%, you don't want to let the play then run against you. It's a really bad habit to create on yourself. And Tether is almost at a take profit, and as Bitcoin, because the box is right there. But for any of you guys asked, there you go. And if you're wondering, like, think about what I said, just rewind the tape. And again, you don't have to, guys, you only have to rewind the tape 12 minutes. Listen to what I just said. Stop what you're doing. If you want to watch this back, rewind exactly 12 minutes from where I'm talking right now. And what you will find is I walk you through this whole thing. Watch how it just keeps going up. The reason why it's going up is because it's bullshit confirmed in our system. And this is our average win right there. And we at least need to get to this box. Then it could find a place where like price could reject, and watch Tether will do the same thing on the right side of your screen. But if you rewind the tape 13 minutes ago, what you'll see is I told you Ethereum is neutral. But that doesn't stop you from taking ideas on Bitcoin if Bitcoin is confirmed. But you still, look, you have to build confluence. And I told you Tether was confirmed bearish. If Tether is bearish, crypto is bullish, and there's your long. You have to have rules. And again, most of you are only operating on a single chart, and that's why the markets punish you with consistency issues. Because you're always just looking at one thing, hoping to get lucky. But again, hope is not a strategy. You have to have a strategy that's based off of numbers. And when you do those numbers, the first thing you're going to find out is you lose. Everyone is trying to avoid losses. Stop doing that, man. You are going to lose in markets. But again, I hope the Bitcoin idea helped you guys just from a demo and paper trade purpose learn how to move through our system. Indexes are 2 minutes from closing. If you notice, we are still in the same exact spot. The ES has pushed up once again, and it's going to now cause us to not have a long idea. Again, True Algo members, because we had this aggressive move that already played out on the ES, and then we retraced all the way back to the box and hit this box up here, I'm looking for a new bearish candle to confirm below the box to have shorts. If not, I'm going to let things keep running bullish. I'm not going to get trapped here at the NFP. This is one of the reasons why we live stream with you guys, so you can see the intricacies when we're in a live environment. Russell's still holding right around the entrance area. And this is one of those things you guys can see. You got to think about it. And again, I never have a problem with being wrong. Remember, we traveled 50% and now it's back to the entrance area. I would rather take a loss at break even than this thing do this and cause a massive loss. It's a good habit to shift your stop to break even and just be okay if a winning position doesn't always get to the average. That's why we teach hit the 50% point, just move your stop to break even. That's different than closing your position. Okay, we just got a new close here. I'm going to update everything. If you guys can just stay with me. I think Bitcoin just popped up again. Yeah, it's still pushing. Sorry, I'll come right back to update everything. Right now, the Tesla, it's such a small candle, but they've had 2 close below. So Tesla is confirmed bearish. Again, you can't open any puts or calls because New York's not open. Amazon looks like it's getting ready to flip from being bullish to being in puts. Okay, but as of right now, it's still in calls for open. We'll sit here and watch it. Apple and Microsoft are neutral. So True Algo members, or any of you guys watching, the markets like to move off of Apple and Microsoft. They're the two biggest market caps. So right now they're both being neutral. Therefore, there is no move that's going to help propel the index ideas. And then with that being said, everyone watch. I'll come back here like 2 minutes before New York opens, and you will see that Apple or Microsoft or both are going to pick up a lot of volatility as the bigger players are positioning themselves. And so we'll come back and see if any of them confirm below or above a box to then produce any long or short idea, which then can help the index futures as well. Bitcoin, folks, you guys have now gotten to the next box. Tether is starting a bearish trend. Even though ETH is pushing up, it's not a long position, so you can't take this. But as you guys can see, here's Bitcoin live. You notice that there's no retracement either. It's just whoop, straight up. You can see now it's roughly about 70% of the average win. We're still trying to get it up here to 1609. And then the average, just a tiny bit further, it's 1.6. There you go. 1659.8 would be the exact average. But you've hit this box now, man. Shift that stop, protect your idea. Don't give anything back to the markets. We did get that new close on index. And once again, you have a green candle that is stuck in a box and has not closed above the box. You have to remain neutral. US 30 did put in an active bearish confirmation over here on the right side of your screen, guys. You're correct, Rashi. You guys noticed that there is a wide stop on the US 30 True Algo members because of the wider box. It's like this is what US 30 looks like on average. So again, using the stats, 36% chance that you, hold on, this should be 85. 36% of the time you'll close above that mark. So just be wary. I'll help you guys right at New York Open too. We'll see what happens. Forex DXY continuing to reject, push down, but it has not confirmed bearish or anything like that. I haven't checked the pound yet, so let's check out the pound. We do use the futures chart for the pound and the euro. So right now, it wouldn't matter as we're waiting for this to load because it has to, this red candle hit boxes. Therefore, the green candle would have to close above, and it's fighting support at the weekly system. But until this candle closes, there's no reason to be bullish just yet. So a bunch of hurry up and waiting still on the pound. Bitcoin slowly but surely inching its way up. And then index futures, just a bunch of hurry up and waiting. And then US 30, the average retracement is 32. And then True Algo members, just I am aware that like if the indexes are going to lean on this on the bullish side, then that could cause a loss on US 30. And again, it's just a numbers game. You know what I mean? We already had the win on US 30, and this could be the loss. But the biggest thing is, again, that's where the stop loss is on average. And again, you can even use this box if you're worried that there's that separation from the double boxes. So then if it closes up here, then you can shrink your stop. But again, there's a 37% chance that you will actually close above that box. 37%. Not above that box, sorry, above the red stop loss amount. Let me fix this. It should be 105. And again, that's the average retracement. We'll see if we get it. And then nothing else is updated because it's everything will be updated once we hit the New York Open. Russell's still lingering at the entrance area. Bitcoin's starting to slow down because we've hit a box. Can you guys see that okay? Do you want me to like shift it over just so you can see the boxes See how it slowed down? We had no problem getting to our box. And then as soon as you get to your box, it's going to be a take profit area. So you can see it live. Look at gold and silver. Guys, I just hope you're not getting trapped, man. Like gold and silver, you see the wick? It was just down here again. And man, I feel bad because people are impatient. If you got the longs, man, I'm proud of you. Like, I'm very happy. But again, you're playing off of hope. Oh, those people are getting wrecked. Close above the box green, can have a bullish confirmation, but right now still can't do anything on gold and silver. You got to wait. Getting a little bit more retracement here on the ES. Sorry, US 30. Nikkei is still bullish again, not something I think anyone plays. Bitcoin's pushing back up now. Can get to this average win. Come on. Push, 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 push. Henry, what did I miss, bud? Yeah, Henry, you are right. We are in that daily trend box by True Algo. I can here. Let me put this on. Sorry. You'll see it'll flip to trending. And so if you close inside of the green box, it's right here. Again, if you're not a member, I don't know if whether you understand, it doesn't really matter. It's like, just again, think about it from like a box to box standpoint. But Henry, you are correct. That is the green box. 80% of the time you won't close in there. If we do, then 80% of the time you can go line to line as you inch your way up. If that makes sense, bud. So, but again, it's a nuanced thing, right, Henry? Like, you have to contend with this box. You can't negate the weekly box that's stacked on it, and that's where the algo put it today. So you just have to use that. So that's where price could stop. But you do got level 5 right there. You know what I mean? This is where I just use the average. That's the point that we want to gun for. You know what I mean? Cove, it was a chop fest, but we did have that win that played out at the end. The problem is it just took 4 hours. And that's the only thing that's people don't like. We always want markets to just move rapidly in our favor. Those of you on oil are asking about oil. I mean, we're seeing it's pushing up bullish from our day system. But again, guys, I can't change what I do just to try to make things look good on a live stream, because then you can't do it live. And so, yeah, I know who you are, Henry, bud. I was talking to the other people who I was talking to you about the box, the 80% rule, and they're going to be like, what is he talking about? So it's all good, bud. But anyways, guys, those of you on oil, you can see it's reacting great from our daily system, but we have our weekly box stacked inside of this. Therefore, you can't do anything. And then if you choose to only use this box today and you do that tomorrow, or I guess in this case on Monday, then the markets are going to humble you because you're changing your rule set. So right now, oil is bouncing off of our daily system. It looks fantastic, this little box right here. But you're stuck in a box inside of a box inside of a box. So oil is of no interest to me today, because this is where it's going to consolidate. And by the way, if you ever think it's BS, what is that? Like, look, every single candle's almost taking the higher low of the previous candle. That's the definition of consolidation. So no reason to try to force anything on here. And then gold and silver haven't confirmed either. Index futures are just sitting here playing with people's hearts as they remain neutral. Apparently I broke. There it is. US 30 is back. And we are 6.5 minutes now, everybody, from New York Open. Oh, H-World. Hey, bud. You were a member. I got you, man. We're looking forward to having you back whenever you join back. Sorry, I was managing something. Russell's still above that original entrance idea. You guys see how like nothing has changed on Apple right here, and then nothing has changed on Microsoft, and that's why you continue to see the index futures just not budging. So for those of you guys that are not a member, I hope that helps you. Maybe you're going to be a person now who, like, if you're an ES or NQ person, you start popping up Apple and Microsoft, and I hope it helps you. I'll teach you something else here in about 3 minutes regarding the NQ and US 30. If you've been on our live streams before, you might already know this, but I'll talk to you guys about it when we get closer to the opening bell here in 6 minutes. You guys see Bitcoin taking profit live now? It almost got to that next line, but you can see the take profit happening. And again, Henry or anyone else, like, look, again, Tether, we're in the take profit area. We want to get that average, but the only way averages work is sometimes you don't get this would still be a win because it hit the box above. But if we don't get this average win, that's the only way to make these numbers as accurate as possible. You have to have wins where it's smaller and larger. There is no reason to short, so please be aware of that. I'll let you know after the close if that happens. Silver and gold with another big push up here. That means copper is probably, remember copper was asked earlier and it was already bullish. And there you go. Oh man, just follow the green. I'll show you what I mean. Not the green candles, our boxes. Just again, so you guys can call it out if it's BS. I haven't moved anything, just there you go. Remember, this is the average move on copper. And like as Henry or H was just talking about, again, so you can see the rule. Look, there's close inside of level 5. This is level 5. I don't have my labels on. Close inside of level 5, 80% of the time you'll get to level 6. And like clockwork. So you only wanted to get that 48 tick move on copper, and now it's just in, you could let it run. Put your stop. This is why I talked about putting your stop to break even instead of forcing yourself to get chopped out. Because look, this one didn't take you out at break even. But you will have plays that take you out at break even. But you'd be surprised how much it doesn't happen. Hopefully that helped those of you who were asking about copper earlier. See Bitcoin still taking profit from the box. We are 3.5 minutes from New York Open. So one thing you guys want to watch out for here at New York Open is center of your screen is the NQ. Right side of your screen is US 30. Statistically speaking, when New York opens here, US 30 and the NQ are going to diverge from each other for about the first 45 minutes. So if the NQ pushes down bearish, then US 30 is going to push up bullish, which would, by the way, cause a loss on this idea. And vice versa. If the NQ pushes bullish and the US 30 will then push bearish. So everyone always thinks like all the indexes move roughly in the same direction. But if you guys want to write that little nugget down to learn, right at New York Open. Now, for the first 5-10 seconds, they might move the same direction. But you'll see overall that they'll diverge for the first 45 minutes. You guys notice that we went live for NFP, but never once have I talked to you about whatever the results were to NFP, because they don't matter. Because whether you think the numbers are projected bullish or bearish, and then the announcement is it was projected or it was worse or it was better, you don't know what markets are going to react to it, because the bigger players have already set their ideas. We don't move the markets, they do. And so I don't talk about that stuff. I welcome the volatility because I want the volatility to help move the ideas. But if we don't have anything activated, I mean, you saw the short that was activated on US 30 earlier. That's the only thing we care about, that volatility got injected to make our averages play the way it was designed. And so that's why you didn't hear me talk about NFP, even though this is literally the NFP stream. We do the same thing for FOMC. I don't care what the rates are. I don't care if they change the rates, because if the rate goes down, people think that's bullish, but then markets go bearish. And oddly enough, it's because we've closed with our system. We just follow the rules, man. 2 minutes from the close. Remember that about my brain. The divergence that's here. US 30, we still haven't fully retraced the average, but again, this position could become a loss. We'll be watching it and monitoring it towards New York. We don't hide from losses here. Still getting a really good rejection here on DXY, which could help the indexes flip bullish here at open. Silver and gold are just gunning for bullishness right now. Gold is going to hit $2,900. I told you guys about that, getting this bullish trend to form from our system. Close above here, and you're just in full trend mode on gold and can look for new all-time highs again. Get the silver up to the weekly system. Bitcoin will be neutral after this as far as there's no new position to open. And again, for H-World or anyone who's asking, it has to close above this box. Even though you're in the green box now, it's got to close above the box it's in front of. You can see Apple, as I was telling you guys, would pick up. You see how it picked up as far as the volatility is kicking in now. So New York's going to open 1 minute. This candle is barely green, but as long as it stays green, then Apple is looking for calls at New York Open. That would be bullish, obviously. Tesla, you can already see it's confirmed bearish, so for puts, and it's looking good as of right now until it could close above here. Tesla can be a little bit of a wild one, so just be careful from a demo and paper trade purpose only. Again, just here to educate guys. And then Microsoft still hasn't moved. It's still neutral, so it's not helpful. And sorry that this is like a poorly drawn N, so maybe we can do this instead. That looks better. And then Amazon continues to look terrible as it's just hovering around the box. It's still in a bullish confirmation, but if it closes this, well, there's New York Open. So there you go. So that's not going to be helpful. Pop over. Apple is in calls, everybody. I'm going to pop on NVIDIA real fast, and then I'll get over to index futures in just a second. Apple retracing right now back to the box. And then NVIDIA is in calls right now above the system. And then we're rejecting at the moment. Get back over to index futures. US 30, folks, your short's going great. ES did not confirm, everybody. There is no short on the ES and NQ. US 30, you got that retracement and now traveling in your favor right now. If you're worried about the volatility for New York Open, then just shift your stop to break even. But as of right now, I'm going to get this little tick mark thing out of the way. Let me go check Russell real fast. Russell's still pushing up against after heading 50% of the average move. Apple still holding. Tesla moving into retracement mode. I'm moving fast because I have to manage my own things too, guys. Again, so you have to get used to moving at the speed that I'm doing. And Amazon, pop you back up. There we go. Amazon is rejecting. Apple going well. Again, Apple's one of our best performers here, always at New York Open. You can see Amazon just looks terrible. And then Microsoft is still neutral, so it can't help. But you can see the calls on Apple going perfect. And Tesla will be a fail. US 30 did just put in another new low. Again, there's zero shorts on the NQ and the ES. And just so you guys, again, you can see, so you can call me out if it's BS, man. Look, what direction do you see the NQ right now? And what direction do you see US 30? Again, the first 45 minutes of New York, they are going to diverge from each other. But US 30 going well, and I hope that these continue to diverge, and then we can get here at least to our 50% point, shift stop to break even, and then get to the average 2 times in a row back to back. Gold and silver, really big bullish push up. But again, guys, I can't change the strategy. We're stuck in a box on the close. Therefore, you're neutral. You can't be in this chop fest. You got to chill. And then Bitcoin, after having that win, I'm going to move this over, okay? You see this current candle? It's at our box, which is a take profit point. The average is up here, but if this candle closes red under the box, then your long is done, and then you look for reasons to go short. And then Forex, nothing new. DXY did confirm bearish. We did just get a bullish confirmation on the pound. Let me double check that it's a valid close. It is not a valid close. So you can't take the pound. It has to be 3 ticks, everybody. You ever wonder about people presenting logical fallacies to you where like something looks bullish, but they don't take it and they make up an excuse? This candle, just like I showed you on the pound, has to close 3 ticks above or 3 pips to be valid. And so waiting for this one, that's a valid long. So DXY is in a bullish confirmation. The euro is in... Sorry, DXY is in a bearish confirmation. The euro is in a bullish confirmation. This is the average move on the euro. So we'll be looking to see if that plays. NQES still going bullish. Again, beautiful because we are not confirmed bearish on the system. US 30 just a little bit slow, but still going the way that we want nonetheless. See if Apple's still going. Beautiful win on Apple, guys. If you took it, again, we talked about the fail on Tesla. All of you guys that play your prop firms, if you sit there and move to options contracts, it's the same concept with your prop firms, with options contracts. When you, again, this is about practicing. You have to practice this. Tesla, the amount of money you put into your contract, again, you should demo trade this. You'll see that it's your loss is defined by how much you put in there. Same thing you guys do with your props. But if you put it into a call, your upside is infinite. Again, why you guys are on props. So I hope that helps you. Microsoft, very bullish, pushing up, but it's still neutral. Let me go check over at NVIDIA land. Yep, NVIDIA pushing up. Everything's looking bullish. So US 30 should be struggling with the amount of the bullishness that's happening on those stocks. I'm just looking at your guys' messages. West, I'll explain what you're asking me in DM about the ES. Confluence still carries across sessions from what you were asking, but the problem was that the ES moved that full average for me, and then because it closed back up green here, I needed a new close for me to want it to take shorts. but I can explain it through DM afterwards, and then I can do a video for you guys too. But you can just watch this back, and you'll see I stayed steadfast that I was not going to look for any short till the ES produced a new one. US 30 is pushing back down again, guys, moving the way we want. Bitcoin, you'll see, is having a bigger retracement. Again, you can look at the box, guys. The close is literally on the line. And then you can see Tether, Otoro doing what he does best, man. Like, it is to the... Everyone always talks about to the tick. Like, I don't know how else to explain to you. They can say it. That is literal. You see the close? And so now your Bitcoin idea, if you didn't take profit on it because you only got... How far did it push up in our favor? A $1,200 move, 75% of the average. You can see the system will stop you in its tracks and then potentially flip into a short. And now gold and silver just chilling. The euro longs going well so far. Let's go, US 30. True Algo members, I hope that helped you guys. Let's go. Again, demo and paper trading purposes only. And the biggest thing for you guys that are not members, look at the US 30 right now. Look at the NQ. Why is the NQ pushing up, but US 30 is not? I would like you to, when you finish this, or if you're watching this back right now, I know most people are not going to, rewind the tape exactly 8 minutes and listen to what I said, that the US 30 and the NQ will diverge from each other at the New York Open. We're in shorts on the US 30. The NQ pushed up. That's a divergence, exactly as expected. And then here comes your average win. US 30 stops have to go to break even now, guys, to protect your position. It's traveled about 70% of the average. We do want 105. But again, you have to decide as you're moving live in markets if you're going to get there or not. But really good win on US 30. From a demo and paper trade purpose only, we are strictly here just to educate everyone. That's why these things are up there. And then the Russell now retracement and pushing down. Let's check how far the Russell retraced. It did retrace pretty strong, guys. 48 ticks of retracement. The average retracement is 26, so a little bit more than 50% of the average retracement. But if you got in there, the Russell now is either positive or at break even on the idea. Apple calls still going fantastic. The NVIDIA bullish close for calls at New York Open is going fantastic. Remember, we already talked about that Tesla is a fail and Microsoft is still neutral. US 30 live. Here comes. It's almost there. 85% of the average win now. Again, right here, 105. That's the average win. Sorry, I'm just sitting here waiting for it to close or hit the average. Russell going really good now. It's starting to really flow bearish, which is what we want. Again, take profits happening on everything. Tesla hit the box, taking profit. Apple hitting the box, taking profit. Microsoft is still neutral, hitting the box, taking profit. NVIDIA is the only one that still has room to run. It doesn't have a box in its way, which is really good for US 30 because then it can help that US 30 push down to the average here. You guys see what I mean? Like, even though this is the average win, like, you don't leave your stop up here where the average loss amount is. You guys remember earlier, there was a 37% chance that we would close above that average stop, and now you get to see it live. These numbers might scare some of you because you are taught to use a positive R, like a 3R, 4R, 5R. Guess what? That works in demo trading. It does not work in real life. Because if you have 3R, 4R, 5R, what is it teaching you? And you'll see our members will post it here too. But if you're someone that's taught those concepts, I'm not saying they're bad, but guys, if someone tells you you need to use a 4R, that means you're okay losing the first 3 trades before you ever win one. And most of you psychologically can't handle that. So it's like, have a positive R, but then have a negative win rate. Instead, you should try to take the best opportunities possible, which would be a high win rate and a high R in your favor. And the R does not have to be gigantic. Some of the mistakes retail traders make. The euro long still going well. Again, DXY is helping by being confirmed bearish. Nothing new on silver and gold. Gold really does want to put in a new all-time high. So you guys might want to watch that. And for the record, if gold closes above this box, then that is a bullish confirmation on gold, but silver is still staying in the way. We need silver to push up too. You see how oils continue to consolidate? I move fast through everything, guys, because not everyone is on the same asset class in our Discord. So I'm just trying to make sure they can all get wind of what we're doing. Tesla, Apple, Pushing up a little bit more now. Again, the calls on Apple still going great. Calls on Nvidia as well. Amazon's the only one that like looked absolutely terrible at open because of all the consolidation around the boxes. But if any of this is a bull, that's the wrong position tool. Sorry. It's okay if you don't play Amazon, but I'm just trying to show you wherever that close was. I think it was right here, but I don't care about it because I'm not actively on it. So no point. US 30, big take profit happening, and then nothing on the ES and NQ. And then True Algo members, just note that if the NQ closes in this green box, it now becomes an independent asset. You don't have to build confluence anymore. So something to watch. Also very manageable stop loss too in practice. And then the ES closes above, then it doesn't need the NQ anymore either. So just reminders. This might really help that Euro long push up. You can see the auto boxes are going away for the trend system because see how it pops up on and off, on and off. It's waiting for this candle to stay above the box. Bitcoin hovering, a little bit of retracement. Still in the long. Remember, you can't short until that closes a bearish candle below that box. And again, take profit still happening. I am flipping, and if this bothers you, then come to our Discord, do this every day, see where the boxes are, and then you'll get used to flipping through these with me as well. Because you guys are all managing your own stuff as I'm trying to do the same thing, but just so you can see the live coaching happening across asset classes to help you based off of whatever you're doing. Microsoft inching its way up to the box. It is still neutral, by the way. I'll stay on here for 4 more minutes. And then True Algo members, just stay around in case if you guys want. As long as my schedule will allow me to do it, I'll jump on live again for Discord. So you guys will get 2 streams. I think this will be like the 9th time I've streamed this week. 8th or 9th time. Just during the New York session alone. So I'll be here to help you. Keep your guys' Discord notifications on. Yep, in crypto, I just answered your question, so you're good. And am I correct, 4X crypto? You're not a member, right? I know you're always in these streams and you ask questions, but I don't think you're a member. I could be wrong. You guys see about not getting trapped on the ES and NQ? Feels good, man. Not get trapped, take the bait, close above here. Boom. Can look for that next. Especially got that daily scalp beacons and cleared. They're all cleared on the bearish sides. The ones that just printed today. So now it just can run. It'll start pulling the US 30 up too. Same thing with Russell, guys. Gotcha. Thank you. Bitcoin pushing up again. Let's go. Again, just easier to make your decisions because I can flip between assets because I'm not flipping my strategy. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, it's a lot easier. It seems difficult when you're first doing this, but like, you can ask the new members, man. Like, it's different in the beginning because we're not doing what other people do. When you don't change that time frame and you don't change your strategy and you don't change your concepts, it is not hard to skim through asset classes really quick or assets within that class to decide if there's an idea. Like, remember, gold and silver, there's still no ideas. Oil, I can't touch today. I am looking for an opportunity for longs on gold. People might tell you they're going to be scared to take longs on gold because you're inching towards the all-time high. I don't care about the all-time high. I just care that if we close bullish above the box, that's it. And the only problem is silver's not building confluence. I need silver to get up here too. If not, it can slow gold down. US 30 all the way back to the entrance area, guy. That would not be a re-entrance, by the way, on this long. And I just want to make sure everyone understands, like, you cannot tell me that this is a loss, okay? I know we want 105, but this might be the average win is only 94. I'm sorry that it's only a $94 move on US 30 instead of 105. But that's how the averages are as accurate as possible. You're going to have slightly smaller wins than what you want. Just making sure everybody knows that this can't be a loss. And then Rosh, you are correct. I said this earlier, guys. The NQ is going to close in the green box. So therefore, that's already a bullish confirmation and following the 80% rule that we teach you guys. And you don't have to build confluence. But the ES is still building confluence, you see? So it would be a valid long idea here in less than a minute. And again, it's a very easy place to manage your stop. You close below here. Now you look for shorts. If you get a loss, it's a numbers game, man. Just manage your risk when you're practicing. Less than a minute away. You can look at the stocks. You can see Apple, all of them took profit at the boxes. The only one that hasn't hit a box yet is Nvidia. Microsoft is still going to be neutral here in less than a minute, everybody, because it has to close above this box. I don't think it's going to do it unless there's a close, so I don't have to talk about it anymore. So you are still neutral on Microsoft. Check this out. You are bullish, but you're neutral. You can't open a new long idea on Apple. You are neutral on Tesla, and you're still bullishly confirmed on Nvidia. That means the index futures don't have a clear vision of what they're going to do. There's a lot of neutralness. So though that the ES is bullishly confirmed and the NQ is bullishly confirmed, the leading stocks are neutral. They're still on the bullish side. But again, just manage stops, stop loss, and then push up. Your stops are below the box in theory and in practice. And then reminder, True Algo members, you know that whatever this number is, there's less than whatever that percent is, that it would be stopped out. Again, only from a demo and paper trade purpose only. I hope that I was helpful today, guys, from an educational standpoint. I really am here to help you. And if you need help in live candles, not hindsight candles that you do with back testing everywhere else, then I do this every day, and I'll be here to help you. All right, folks, I appreciate you. US 30, I'm going to delete that winning position. We had 2 wins, by the way, on US 30 today. Rewind the tape. And then if this closes bearish, that would be a new a new short opportunity. And then you would still get the divergence between the two. All right, guys. And then thank you for hanging out. Did Bitcoin get it? Let's go. Hold on. Stop. Everybody stop. There you go. You see it? That's, never mind. Sorry. It's 1205. I apologize. I was thinking that it was the 1600 one. I digress. It's not at the average move yet. It's because I moved it down. Apologies. All right. I'm out now. Take care. True Algo members, watch your Discord because I'll try to go live again if you want some more help here in an hour while I'm managing my own stuff. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.